Before the internet was the internet, back in the mid 90s, when Green Day's Dookie and Korn's debut album was skipping in your 60-second shock protection Discman, did you guys ever go to Hollywood Video or Blockbuster, pick up a random ass game, play that said game, and say to yourself, I think that game was awesome, but I can't be too sure? It's like the first time you got your balls rubbed over the jeans in a Circuit City parking lot. What the hell did I just experience? Was it good? Was it awesome? Or am I just stoked to get a new game? A lot could be said about those type of games that we rented or bought for cheap, but this is my experience with James Bond the Duel on the Sega Genesis. Back in the day, my old lady picked this up for me at Blockbuster for a whopping $5. Yeah, $5. This is when the N64 and the PS1 was launched, and those stores were trying to ditch all the unpopular 4th generation games in the discount bin. You know, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, I guess you can say TurboGrafx 16. I never even heard of that when I was a kid. Anyway, but oh man, if we only knew that those $5 games would be $50 to $100 now, oh man, I would have bought all of them. Hey, hindsight is always 20/20, my friend. Released back in 1993 by Domark Software, the same dudes who brought you Desert Strike, which, by the way, is a sick game. This was the James Bond game before Goldeneye on the N64. Goldeneye needs absolutely no introduction. It's like Schwarzenegger walking into a Planet Fitness. Goldeneye set the bar for what first-person shooters could be and should be moving forward. But since Goldeneye is so popular, how come no one ever talks about its decent stepsister that has a decent rack on it? Well, F that. I'm here to tell you that this game is aces. To sum it up, this is a poor man's Rolling Thunder, but it's actually the hard-working middle-class man's Rolling Thunder, which is not a bad thing. Throughout the game, all you have is a Walther PPK pistol and occasionally some grenades, which, in my opinion, are tough as hell at the time and are really only useful for the end bosses and tough to reach enemies that are blocking your path. As you can tell, the player controls James Bond, Avi, through various side-scrolling enemy bases to rescue hostages that are big, busted blonde babes. You can see the icon on the top left of the screen to see how many hostages you have left to find. So, I think the first level you have 3, the second level you have 7, which is, oh man, I'll get to that later, but once you rescue the hostages, you'll have to arm a bomb that's placed at a strategic point to destroy the base. Along the way, you'll find numerous dumbass enemies that just run back and forth, and familiar bosses from the movies such as Jaws, Mayday, and of course, Oddjob. You guys obviously remember Oddjob from Goldeneye. Anyway, this game is relatively short at just 4 main levels, and then there's a main final boss level, which is not too long. But that's what gives this game its charm. It's challenging, but totally beatable after putting some time into it. Even though there's only 4 levels, each one is fun as hell in its own different way. The first level that you saw in the beginning of the video is the docks of a Caribbean island where James Bond boards a ship. The platforming isn't too bad, but there's a ton of sharks waiting for you in the water if you happen to fall in. In the background, you can actually see the forest/jungle where the second level is. Pretty cool foreshadowing. Once you blow the ship up, it moves to the jungle where you destroy the island satellite receiving station. This is hands down, in my opinion, the most frustrating level in the game. It's not the hardest, but the most frustrating. The platforming has to be very precise, since if you make one wrong jump, you're falling about 100 feet to your death, and trust me, you will die several times on this level. I think, in my opinion, this was the level that once I got past this, it was cream cheese after that. So the third level moves to an underground power plant inside a volcano where this reminds me of Metroid a little bit, where you actually have to be patient and go up and down the elevators to find the hostages. The enemies are known for respawning on this level. There is no mercy. Even when you're waiting for the elevator, one enemy will appear every 6 to 9 seconds just looking to bust one in your ass. Let's see here. I kind of forget. Is there a hostage down here? Let's take a look. Yep, there she is. Level 4 is the launch facility, and I never got to this level while capturing the gameplay footage, but F it, it's up to you to see what it looks like. I've beaten this game multiple times, several times, and this level is definitely tough, but it's more fair than the jungle, which is the second level. The Duel was released 4 years after Timothy Dalton's last outing as James Bond in the movie License to Kill, but his likeliness was used in this game, most notably in the opening scenes at the beginning of the video, thus making it Dalton's last appearance as Bond to date. Overall, this game is highly underrated. I can't stand the term hidden gem because those days are over now, especially with the internet being the internet now. You know, you click on, the top 10 hidden gems. I mean, that was like 10 years ago. With the Genesis being 30 years old, every game has been discovered on some level, but this is a true hidden gem because I never see it on any favorites list or best of. It's like a solid 7.5 out of 10, but some might put it at a 5 because it can be frustrating sometimes, and some might put it at a 9. I'm the type of guy that would put it at a 9. It's not perfect, but it's definitely not bad, and it's entertaining as hell and fun as hell. I loved this game as a kid, and I love popping it in once in a while. I mean, the first level music always gets me in the mood. If I think on eBay, if you get a complete box, it's like 45 bucks, which is not bad these days. And if you get a loose cart, you're probably looking at 12 to 15 bucks. Definitely pick this up. It's awesome. You won't be disappointed, especially if you love the Rolling Thunder games. All right, guys, thanks for checking out this video, and I'll catch you again.